Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I am back, I'm sat down, I'm ready for a chat. I feel like I need to do a good old life update because life has been kind of crazy, not gonna lie. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. I asked for some questions or topics that you wanted to talk about in this video over on my Instagram, so if you don't follow that, I'll put it on screen so you can do that. And yeah, we're just gonna be sitting and having a chat, having a little catch up, because it's been a while, and as I said, life's been kind of crazy. So get yourself a drink or a snack, some food or something, sit down, chill, let's have a chat. So yeah, I asked over on my Instagram for a couple questions or like things you wanted to know or ask me or talk about in general, and when I say nearly every question was about me having COVID, nearly every question was about me having COVID. So I probably should start with that, because obviously if you're new to my channel or this is the first video of mine that you're watching or you haven't seen on my Instagram, you won't know. But I had COVID at the end of September. What a wild ride that was. I know one of the questions was, how do you think you caught the virus? So I'm going to do a general overview and then go through the questions. So basically, I moved to university on Sunday the 13th of September, and by the Friday I was told I had to self-isolate. So between those 4 days, it had just kind of got passed around in my university building, which I'm not surprised about because obviously parties were going on. Why is my voice deciding to die on the video where I want to talk? What is that about? Not cool. So yeah, obviously like parties and things were going on. I didn't actually go to any parties, but a couple people that I'd met in the week had, and I'd been around them. So we kind of just generally think it got passed through a party, but at the same time it could have been passed from like just a door handle or something. But yeah, basically long story short, like became ill in the night and had really bad symptoms, so we were told to isolate, like the 4 of us. So we started isolating, and then I think the day after my first day of isolation I started feeling unwell. I started off just generally feeling a bit sick and nauseous. Like I made myself some tea, I couldn't really eat it, felt like I was going to throw up, and I felt unwell in myself. Then the next day I woke up with a cough, and at this point I was kind of like feeling really achy, and I'd stayed in bed and like I genuinely felt unwell. So I was like, right, let's just book a test and see what this is and what's going on. So I went for a test, which was a questionable experience. I walked to a walk-in centre, which is about 25-minute walk from where I live, probably more like 15 if you're walking without COVID. But I walked and I like generally had felt all right in myself. Like my body hurt, I had a cough, and I felt a bit unwell. But when it came to me leaving the flat and walking, I realised how much it had actually taken a toll on my body. I was super breathless, like I could hardly breathe, and I was really hot, and I had to walk really slowly. Like it took so long for me to walk because I like just didn't want to pass out. So I went for my test, and it was a like you have to do it yourself test. I walked around like all the points in the check-in test centre thing, sat down at like my station, and this guy talked me through like what I had to do, which was very helpful, and they were very supportive, which was nice. So I had to like blow my nose, shove it up there for 10 seconds, shove it on the tonsil. I was the other way around, I think it was in my tonsils first and then up my nose. But yeah, you had to like rub it at the back of your throat for 10 seconds and then up your nose for 10 seconds, and I wanted to throw up. I sneezed, my eyes started watering. It was just not a fun experience. So I did that, handed that in, that got sent off, and then I waited for my test results, which came the next day. I was on the phone to my mum when I got my text saying that I was positive, and I was like, oh my god, I'm positive, and I didn't know what to do. I started laughing. I think that was my initial reaction, but it was like nervous laughter. I was like, what? So yeah, it was a bit weird at that point because I just kind of just felt a bit ill. I didn't feel like I had the big corona. I just felt like I was a bit unwell, so it felt surreal that I had the positive test result. And then yeah, I just proceeded to wait 10 days to see if I got better, which I got worse and then got better, which is obviously typical of anything. You're bound to get worse before you get better. So yeah, wasn't a fun time. I had all the classic symptoms: cough, loss of taste and smell, which wasn't as bad as, like, it didn't fully go, but it was like I couldn't taste a lot of stuff. It was, everything just tasted gross. I had no appetite, I hardly ate. I had a temperature. My heart started doing weird stuff. It started beating too fast. I had to call 111 and they sent out paramedics one night because my heart was going too fast, and I felt like I was gonna pass out. And they were like, this is very typical of COVID because your body's fighting so hard, which is why my heart was beating too fast. And they were like, we're going to keep you home because we don't want to take you to hospital until you absolutely need to go, because they're trying to keep COVID patients at home to obviously stop the spread. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And I dealt with it for another day and then it started to like subside. So I was like, okay, I'm getting better. It's not going to get any worse. I don't need to go to hospital or anything like that. So that was fine. By my last day of isolation, I felt pretty much back to normal. But obviously there was a lot of after effects, which I think just managed to trigger my chronic fatigue syndrome rather than actual COVID after effects. But it's very popular to feel the way that I did after COVID. Even when I had COVID, things like watching a film was so difficult because I just couldn't concentrate. Like, my brain just wouldn't work. So yeah, that's basically what happened. I am now on my third week COVID free. Whoop, whoop. So yeah, I've just been living life now, just enjoying the fact that I've had it. It is possible to get it again, but it's more rare, and I've obviously built up some kind of antibodies to it. That happened. I'm gonna go through the questions now about COVID and see if there's anything specifically you wanted to know. I remember you putting on your story that you were tested positive for COVID. Are you feeling better now? And what was it like dealing with COVID? Yes, I'm feeling much better now. It was a weird experience. It was kind of like just being ill and having the flu, but also very, very different. And it is different, like extremely different person to person. So I had 4 of my friends that were isolating. Me, my friend Alicia, who showed no symptoms and didn't get a test, so we don't even know if she had it or not. She could have been asymptomatic. Emily had a bad cough and lost her sense of smell and taste, but generally was in good spirits. I think that's just Emily though, she has great high spirits. And Anna was really unwell. She had all of the symptoms and was in bed for a very long time. She was worse than me. I was kind of between Emily and Anna, I think, in regards to my symptoms. So it's very different person to person. We all kind of got better at different stages, and it just depends on how your immune system works and how your body works and all that stuff. How was life with COVID? COVID, question mark. How do you think you caught the virus? How are you coping with the COVID situation whilst at uni? That's a good one to go into. So for uni, it's all a bit different. It's all a bit weird. It's just, I don't know. Currently, all of my university work is online for the next 2 weeks, I think. They did like we're gonna go online for 3 weeks and see how it works kind of thing. But before then, I was in uni for 3 hours a week. I had 3 contact hours in uni every week, which was nice, but obviously it's not happening currently. The uni campus itself is still open, so yeah, I can still go to the library, I can still go to student union and not actually in campus and stuff, but actual teaching is online, which I'm trying to get my head around because it is a bit weird, and I'm someone that needs routine to function, and I don't have one. I kind of feel like I'm on holiday. I was saying this to my mum the other day, because I like do my lectures when I want, or even if they're scheduled for a certain time to be online, I don't have to be there because they put the recording on afterwards and I can watch it at my own like pleasure. It's so bizarre and really weird, and I'm just trying to get my head around it and try and find a way to live like this with a routine. So we're working that out. But this, I feel like the past 3 weeks has just been mental. I've been in such a random like routine, not been going to bed till like 3 in the morning, waking up at like midday. It's just not good. I need a solid routine. So I'm gonna try and fix that this week. On my timetable, I only have 2 seminars, but I actually have like 2 seminars and 3 lectures, but they're not on the timetable, which I think is what's messing with me the most, because I don't know when things are being uploaded. So I feel like I just need to have a good old sit down and organise my life session, really. So yeah, university life is a bit weird, and it's definitely going to be a situation that obviously I'm going to remember as not being how university should be. And there's been a lot of things going on in my head recently about uni itself. I thought about deferring the year because of everything with COVID and how it's going to work out. I was kind of like, am I going to get anything from this year, or is it going to be a load of rubbish? No one knows how COVID's going to be. We all thought it was going to be a 3-week lockdown, and here we are 7 months down the line still fighting it. So I'm kind of in the mindset of I just need to get on and get out into the industry rather than spending my time trying to build up the knowledge and experience at uni. I'm better off just getting into the industry and learning very hands-on in the moment in the job, if that makes sense. So I don't know, this is all just stuff I'm thinking about. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if you've already touched base on this, but what career are you aiming for? I think in the past I've just kind of said anything in the industry, but I should probably be a bit more specific. So if you don't know me, hello. I'm studying film and TV production at university, and ideally I would like a job in film and TV production. Obviously shoots last for film and TV productions for anywhere between like 4 and 7 months, so I only really need like 2 jobs a year-ish. I don't know. Ideally anything from working as like an assistant director to being an editor to working physically with the cameras. I'm not too sure yet. Everyone kind of has to start at an entry-level job when you go into the TV industry, which is something like a runner or an assistant, and then you kind of just work your way up into the pathways that you may want to go to. So no matter what, I'm probably gonna have to start at the bottom and work my way up, but I'm fine with that because you gain so much experience from doing that and so many different opportunities. So we'll see. But yeah, that's a basic overview. If you want like a more film and TV specific Q&A, then let me know, because I can do that and try and answer your questions, because I know quite a few people that follow me are film students. So let me know if you want that and I will do that. Have you recovered from the Rona? Yes, I have. What university course would you have chosen if you didn't do film? Ooh, good question. I was very split between doing film or doing photography, so I think I would have probably gone down like the fashion photography / fashion communications rather than film. Something like graphic design or that kind of thing. Very designy based subjects. So probably, yeah, like fashion communication, fashion photography, that kind of thing. How was the COVID recovery? It was long, and I am probably still trying to recover from it. There are still days where I'm like, whoa, I'm tired, I need a break. And I'm also can definitely tell I'm pushing myself too hard. I need to give myself a break because I'm gonna have a burnout and have a crash session. So I need to just take it steady. I'm getting too excited at the fact that I can do what I want. So yeah, it's a slow and steady recovery. Everybody is different. Some people I know felt fine. Some people it's taken a little while. Some people still don't have their taste and smell. Luckily I'm alright in that department. I managed to get my taste and smell back fairly quickly. Do you have any plans for after university? Again, I think I'm just going to see where the world takes me, because God knows what's going to happen in the next year regarding Corona or anything, but ideally I would like to go ahead and get a job in the industry. I have thought about maybe taking a year out to do freelance work, because that is picking up for me, but at the same time I don't know. So probably either in the industry or doing freelance work. How did you find the whole COVID experience? Any advice for students? It was weird, really weird. It was very surreal. I didn't feel like it was happening, but it was. Just, if you get it, prepare for people to look at you like you're an alien, because it's weird. When people know you've got it, or that you've had it, they're all a bit like, stay away from me. Thankfully, universities are very supportive. I had about 3 phone calls in the space of my isolation from, I think there was 1 from environmental health and 2 from the university itself, of people just checking in and being like, are you okay? Do you need anything? They organised for like support packages to be delivered to people. they're overall very nice about things. You get like regular emails and things from the support teams saying like, are you okay, like all that kind of stuff, which was very nice. So there is a lot of support there from the uni, which I didn't expect to get. And it wasn't until obviously I had these phone calls and people were like, oh, we're just checking up to see how people are. My entire building, I'm fairly certain my entire building has it. When I got it, most of the building was self-isolating. I think there was something like 50 something cases in the building, but 100 and something people were isolating. And because I live in a very student built up area, pretty much all of our area has it. There are 700 and something students in my university that have COVID, so it's gonna spread like wildfire, and I expected that. I didn't expect for me to get it so quickly. I'd been at uni for 3 days. So yeah, it's very difficult, and if you're in a shared flat, it's amazing. If you're in a studio flat, it's very, very, very lonely. That was the one point in the whole of living in a studio flat. Like, I lived in a studio flat last year, I'm living here again this year, and this was the first time I felt lonely living on my own. So it was weird, but I'm out of it now and it's fine. So just try and keep in touch with your friends and family, really. I had like FaceTime people all the time when I was ill, which was nice to talk to people. So yeah. Someone says, do you have a boyfriend? I don't have a boyfriend, not currently. How are you doing? I'm okay. How is COVID treating you? It was terrible, but it's all right now. It's all good. How are you after corona? Are there any long-term symptoms? The only thing that's been long-term for me is that I'm still getting very out of breath very quickly. I'm getting very tired. But other than that, that's about it. Again, it's different person to person. I know taste and smell is something that has lasted a while for a couple of my friends. But yeah, other than that, that's about it. How do you feel with mental health? Feeling pretty rubbish at the moment. PS, I love you bits. Thank you. I hope you're okay. Mental health at the moment is doing that. I think because the world is so uncertain, everything is not how it used to be. It's very, like, not difficult, but it just feels very weird for my brain to comprehend what's going on at the moment. So I'm doing that. Some days I am fine, and other days I'm like, what is going on? And other days I'm like, eh. So yeah, it's all a bit all over the place, to be honest, and I think that's a very common opinion at the moment. A lot of people I've spoken to are just a bit like, what am I doing with my life? It's a general feeling of everyone at the moment. We're all just a bit like, what do we do? What's going on in the world? But I hope you're all right. I hope everyone's okay mentally, because it's just a scary world at the moment. How are you finding being away from home in the current situation? It was difficult being here with COVID. I very much just wanted to go home and see my mum and see my cats and be at home and have home cooked meals, but I couldn't do that because it's not just like a common cold. If I did that, God knows what would have happened. I could have given it to my mum, and I didn't want to do that, so I was very stubborn in the sense of I was like, I'm not coming home. I'm not doing it. Even if I need to go to hospital, I'm not coming home. My mum was like, I can come and get you and bring you home, and I was like, no, you're not getting it. I'm not giving it to you. So I was very stubborn in that sense. But as soon as I got out of isolation, I was like, okay, I'm coming home. So I went home the following weekend. I got out of isolation on a Sunday and I went home the following Friday. So like 4 or 5 days after I got out of isolation, I went home, which was very nice to go and see everyone, see my mum, see my family, which was lovely. So I'm all right with it currently. I'm doing like 3 weeks up here and then I go home, and then I do 3 weeks up here, and then I go home for the weekend. That kind of thing. We're gonna see how it goes, because God knows there could be another lockdown or anything, but I'm currently just taking each day as it comes and seeing how life works out. Are you still planning on doing your freelance work? I still do my freelance work on the side. I'm looking to try and get some more freelance work up here at uni. I need to print off some business cards, and I'm just gonna kind of go and post them places and be like, look, I do this, do you want some stuff like photos or videos for your website or for your socials? Like, let me know, because I do that. In regards to all of my wedding videos, a lot of them have now been moved to next year. I had one in September and I should have one in November and one in December, but I don't know how that's going to work because you're only allowed 15 people at a wedding. That's so sad. So a lot of them have been moved to next year. and probably most of them will be moved to the following year. I don't think I'll have money next year either. So we'll see. It's all very difficult, but I'm just rolling with it, and if I get freelance work, then I get it. If I don't, then I don't. A lot more questions are like, are you fully recovered? How are you after COVID? All this kind of stuff. Okay, so to move on from the COVID topic, yes, I'm fine now. I'm fully recovered. Everything's okay. I've had it, it's done. I can tick that box. That's another thing I've done for 2020. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all good now, and I hope no one gets it, or if you have had it, I hope you're okay, or if you do have it, I hope you're okay. If you get it, I hope you're okay. Yeah, Camilla says follow me on Instagram. No, don't follow her on Instagram. How are you feeling? Just checking up mentally. You were alone at uni with the virus. Thank you, that's very kind of you. Yes, I'm all right now. As I've said, I have good days and bad days, but I think it's very common. Everyone sort of feels the same way. My battery's gonna die. I'll be back in a sec. I need to change it. Okay, I'm back. I changed the battery. Thank you for that question. I'm okay. Everyone is feeling the same way, so I don't feel necessarily too alone in that sense, because I, like, from talking to my friends and things, everyone is kind of just a bit like, what's going on? So yeah, I feel all right knowing that everyone else feels the same way. Yeah, thanks for checking up on me, very kind of you. How was your first year of university like, and what to expect? My first year of uni was questionable because it was when COVID all started. So from September to December, it was great. I had a great time. I was going out, meeting friends, making friends, meeting people, having a good old time. And then from like January to February, obviously, is when all of the COVID things started to happen. So the first half of my first year was great. Second half of my first year was cut short because of COVID. What to expect? It's all very different because it's not going to be the experience you're going to expect because of COVID. So yeah, just roll with it. It'll be all right, and you'll be okay, and you'll get the right things out of it. You'll take what you need from your university course out of it, and you'll be like, yeah, I've got what I need. Just keep in contact with people, keep in contact with your lecturers, ask them questions. That's what they're there for. Get your money's worth. Even if you're online, email them, check in, be like, what does this mean? What does that mean? Even if it's not something they've spoken about in a lecture, if there's something you want to ask a question about, ask them. Like, what are your plans for when everything goes back to normal, eh? Berlin? Yes, Phoebe, we're going to Berlin. Me and Phoebe were meant to go to Berlin in March, April. Beginning of April, end of March time. But obviously, COVID happened, so that got cancelled. So yes, as soon as I'm able to, I would love to go and travel some more. Go Berlin, go anywhere. Anywhere, get me out and see the world. What are some of your favourite places in Newcastle? Cafes, nights out and sightseeing, etc. Cafes, 1901 is a lovely place. Ernest Cafe, Pink Lane Coffee, there are a couple others, but I can't really remember. Nights out, Eden, great place. Flares, Market Shaker, God, it's been a while since I've been out. Bars like Banyan and places like that. Sightseeing, go to Tynemouth. It's not in Newcastle, it's the coast, but it's like a 15 minute drive. That's a lovely little beach, I love it there. Granger Market, the quayside. Yeah, I think that is a couple of my favourites. What are your thoughts on a further lockdown in Newcastle? I mean, it's not ideal, but they've got to do what they've got to do. If they need to do a proper lockdown, then I'm sure we'll make it work. It is what it is. I'm very much in the mindset of just take everything as it comes at the minute. I'm trying not to like plan too far ahead. I'm just seeing how life goes. I understand why it would need to happen, but at the same time, in my mind now, I'm like, well, I've had it already. I don't need to like have a lockdown, but it's protecting other people, isn't it? And that's what I need to get into my head, is that I'm doing this for other people now. I've had it, and I am doing this to support everyone that hasn't had it. So yeah, I think if it happens, then we'll live with it and see how it goes. How did you find your style? Good question. I think it just came with age, if I'm honest. The older I got, the more I was like, oh, I like that, or this is my style, or this is this. In school, I was very much I don't want to follow the trends. I don't want to be like everyone else. Which wasn't even by choice, it was just part of me. And I still kind of think I have that zest to me now. But I've just kind of rolled with it and gone with, I don't know. I find a lot of inspiration off of people I follow, and like Pinterest and things, but I try and make everything like myself and mine. So if I see an outfit I really like, I'm like, well, how can I put my twist on it? My friend Laura asks, how is Le Village? Le Village is fine. It's weird being away from the village. I live in a village, by the way. She's my neighbour. My back garden goes on to her back garden, and we went to school together. Yeah, it's alright. I haven't been there in a while, so I don't really know. Your favourite musician right now? Oh. There's so many. I don't even know if I can pick one. Oh my god, that's difficult. I spent ages the other day doing my Spotify playlists. So I've got like, they're all like aesthetically pleasing. So if you want to follow my Spotify, you can do. Let me see what I've got in here. I've got a lot of like Panic at the Disco, Arctic Monkeys, Catfish and the Bottlemen, but equally I've got like Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, One Direction, a lot of like 80s music, Coldplay, Rex Orange County, Florence and the Machine, Sam Fender, the 1975, Nothing But Thieves, all of them. I've got quite a lot. That's it, that's all the questions answered. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little life update. Just general things being, I'm gonna try and film some more now. I feel like I needed to get like a chatty video out of the way before I start doing more videos. I'm gonna try and vlog. I've tried to vlog for the last couple of days and my head just wasn't in the right space. I feel like I was just trying to dive right into doing a big weekly vlog and it just wasn't right. So I think I'm gonna start by doing like daily vlogs. Not every day, but like filming a day here and there and see how I get on. And then hopefully, yeah, the new vlogs will be back in full swing. Fingers crossed, we can hope. But let me know what videos you'd like to see down below. Anything, just comment some ideas and I'll be sure to try and do those. Maybe I'll do like a routine, morning routine video or something when I actually get a routine. But I hope you enjoyed this little life update. I am going to head into town now with my friend. We need to pick up some bits. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button whilst you are down there. I will see you super soon with a new video. I hope you're all well. Peace out, thanks a bunch, and goodbye!